Welcome to Aussie Finance Chronicles, where money, history, and power collide right here, down under. Imagine the birth of a nation, but with no money to trade. When the first fleet arrived in New South Wales in 1788, it brought convicts in desperation, but no monetary system. This wasn't just a struggle for survival. It was a brutal fight for economic control. The colony was starved of official currency. British sterling was incredibly rare, and any coins that did arrive quickly left on trading ships. This chronic shortage of money created a vacuum, a state of economic anarchy where the colony had to get creative just to function. To fill this void, a primitive system of barter took over. Goods, produce, and services were exchanged directly. But this was inefficient. Soon, the colony's first and most infamous currency emerged. Rum, yes, you heard that right. Rum, and alcohol in general, became the default medium of exchange. Wages were paid in it, land was bought with it, and imported goods were traded for it. While it fueled a massive social problem with alcoholism, it was the only thing keeping the economic wheels turning. This rum economy quickly fell under the control of a powerful group, the New South Wales Corps. These military officers, soon nicknamed the Rum Corps, established a monopoly over the rum trade, effectively making them the colony's first, de facto wealthy elite. Men like John MacArthur became immensely powerful, controlling the flow of this liquid currency. Early governors saw the chaos and tried to restore order. Governor Philip Gidley King, for instance, attempted to fix the value of foreign coins in 1800 and restrict the rum trade. But these efforts were largely futile against the entrenched power and influence of the Rum Corps. The situation reached its breaking point with the arrival of Governor William Bligh in 1806. Bligh, famous for the mutiny on the Bounty, was a man on a mission to break the rum monopoly and outlaw its use as currency. This direct assault on the financial power of the Rum Corps was not just an economic reform, it was a declaration of war. It culminated in 1808 with the Rum Rebellion, Australia's one and only military coup, where the Rum Corps deposed Governor Bligh, all in the name of protecting their economic empire. The chaos of the Rum Rebellion demanded a firm hand. In 1810, Governor Lachlan Macquarie arrived, tasked with cleaning up the mess, disbanding the Rum Corps, and finally establishing order. Macquarie understood that a stable, reliable currency wasn't just an economic tool. It was a fundamental pillar of a civilized society. A shipment of 40,000 Spanish silver dollars arrived from Britain, offering a potential solution. But there was a problem. These Avali coins were just as likely to be used for international trade and leave the colony, just like all the others before them. Macquarie needed a truly ingenious plan to keep the money in Australia. And what a plan it was. In 1813, Macquarie enlisted a convicted forger named William Henschel for a brilliant task. Henschel was instructed to punch the center out of each Spanish dollar. This single act created two new coins from one. The outer ring became the Holey Dollar, valued at 5 shillings, and the punched-out centerpiece became the Dump, valued at 1 shilling and 3 pence. This clever mutilation instantly increased the number of coins in circulation and, more importantly, made them worthless outside of New South Wales, effectively trapping the currency within the colony. The Holey Dollar and the Dump became NSW's first official, locally produced currency, providing a much-needed dose of economic stability. Even with the Holey Dollar, a shortage of small change persisted. To fill the gaps, the colony became flooded with handwritten IOUs, or Promissory Notes. These private paper notes, often called shin plasters, were issued by everyone from merchants to farmers. While they helped facilitate trade, they were notoriously unreliable, prone to forgery, and often issued by people who couldn't back them up. The system was crying out for regulation and trust. Macquarie's final masterstroke was the establishment of Australia's first bank. In 1817, the Bank of New South Wales, the institution we know today as Westpac, was chartered. This was a monumental step. With the creation of the Bank of NSW, the colony finally had a trusted institution that could issue its own official, reliable paper money. The bank's notes began to replace the chaotic mess of private IOUs and brought a new level of confidence to the economy. For the first time, a standardized, regulated paper currency was circulating, marking the beginning of the end for the era of barter and rum. By the mid-1820s, the British government began a concerted effort to bring its colonies onto the standard sterling system. As more British coins were shipped in, the Holey Dollar and the Dump were gradually withdrawn from circulation, their pioneering job done. Then, in 1851, everything changed again. Gold was discovered in NSW and Victoria. The gold rushes triggered an unprecedented economic boom, flooding the colonies with wealth and, crucially, a massive new supply of raw material for coinage. The Royal Mint opened branches in Sydney and Melbourne, which began striking their own magnificent gold supply. This new wealth also fueled a boom in private commercial banking. Dozens of banks, following the lead of the Bank of NSW, sprang up and began issuing their own unique banknotes. For a time, Australia had a colorful but confusing mix of currencies from various private institutions. This unregulated, decentralized system proved fragile. The economic boom of the late 19th century ended in a spectacular bust. The 1890s saw a massive banking crisis, with many banks collapsing, wiping out the savings of thousands. This catastrophic failure was the ultimate proof that the nation needed a single, national currency and a central authority to regulate the financial system. The final step came with the Federation of Australia in 1901. The 6 separate colonies united to become one nation, and with that came the political will to create a truly national economy. This led to the creation of the Australian pound and the establishment of a centralized monetary system, officially ending the 120-year struggle that began with desperate barter on the shores of Sydney Harbour. The story of currency in Colonial NSW, from rum and promissory notes to the ingenious Holey Dollar, is more than just a history lesson. It shows us that a financial system is built on trust, regulation, and central control. The chaos of the early years forged Australia's deep-seated culture of strong banking regulation, a legacy that continues to shape our economy today. By understanding these foundational battles for economic sovereignty, we gain a deeper appreciation for the stability we enjoy and the lessons learned by those who came before us. Thank you for joining us on Aussie Finance Chronicles to keep learning the most valuable lessons from our nation's past, where wealth, power, and history collide. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, and hit that notification bell. Let us know in the comments what you found most surprising about Australia's early money troubles. Your support helps us build a stronger, more financially savvy Australia. Together, let's learn from our history to master our future. Thanks for watching.